Come with me on this glorious wet, well, it's not glorious, it's a wet, horrible, damp Saturday morning. We're going to be putting a timing belt on this engine that's going to be ready to be fitted this weekend. So there's going to be lots of videos that are going to be made this weekend. First thing we're going to be doing is removing this upper timing belt cover, which is held on with a few 10mm. Now that we've got the timing cover off, we need to turn the engine over with a 22mm at the crankshaft. Do not turn it on the camshaft. You never do that, always by the crankshaft. We need to align this line up here with that hole in the cylinder head, and also there's a timing pin in the block which is normally behind the starter motor, which you use with these tools here, and we'll get it timed up. Now that we've spun the engine over and we have got all the lines marked up, get your pin, make sure it's the correct one, and it should just slide in. Lovely. You might just have to give it a little bit of a wiggle on the crankshaft and it'll slide. Make sure you push it right the way in. Now we've removed the crankshaft pulley, we can remove this lower timing belt cover. Now normally when this engine's fitted to the vehicle, you've got your starter motor, which is located here, and that's where you need these pins. So it allows you to reach down the side of the, well, the top of the starter motor and slide your timing pin in to your flywheel, and it should just go in like that. Perfect. Now we've got all the covers off and the engine is now locked up, we've got full access to the timing belt. And it's very simple to do. Slacken that tension off and then we can remove that timing belt. Simple. Now that we've got the belt off, it doesn't look in that bad condition, to be honest. Don't ever crimp them. Even though I'm crimping it now, do not ever crimp them. There's no cracks or perishes, anything in it. It doesn't look a bad belt. But however, we do not know the history of this vehicle, so it is having a new timing belt before we put it in the vehicle. Now let's move around to the idler pulley, which is just behind this engine mount here, and we have to remove a 16mm, pull the bolt out a little bit, and it'll slide out the bottom. Just like this. Beautiful. Now let's move around to the water pump. Get yourself a nice little receptacle because you don't want any of that coolant going on the floor. And we're just going to remove these 11mm now, and that water pump should just pop out. And that is one water pump removed. It looks in good condition, to be honest. We're going to clean the surface down now with a little bit of 3M Scotch pad, ready for the new one. Now we've got the brand new timing belt kit and water pump. It is combined, it all comes in one box. We're going to be using INA. Let's start off with putting the water pump on with a new gasket, and we're going to get it torqued up to, where's my water pump? 16 Newton meters. Now let's move around to the idler. If you look on technical data, it is 56 Newton meters, and it literally just slides in like so. Can we do it with one hand? Yeah, let's get it in and torqued up. Now that we've got everything bang on, and before we put all the timing covers on, we're just going to pull our pins out like so. And we're going to turn this engine over 4 times and make sure all our timing marks line up. And there we go. I've just put the belt on now with a new tensioner, and what we're going to do is pull the pin, the insulation pin out of the tensioner, get our 6mm Allen key. We're going to turn it anti-clockwise until you see that arrow lining up, bang in the middle, and then we can get it torqued up to 21 Newton meters. And there we go. Once we're happy with all our timing marks are absolutely spot on, we can go ahead now and put all the timing covers back on. Absolutely perfect. Now it's all back together. I'm going to be getting the cat on this ramp shortly, and we're going to be doing another video installing the video. Should be a good video, fingers crossed. Anyway, let's get it set.